Pull up that YouTube. Let me know if it's working. It says we're live. Now we're live. Say what? It might be delayed a little bit. Refresh it. Jump in. All right, we're live. What's going on, everyone who's currently viewing? It's dozens of you. And those of you who are watching the, I guess watching it later because it will just be posted to the YouTube. 23.1 was just announced maybe 3 hours ago. Yeah, 3 hours ago in 1 minute. And it's a redo. It is 14.4. 14 minutes. Got some rowing, toes to bar, wall balls, power cleans, and muscle ups. If you've done this one before, it's really fun. It was great back in 2014 watching the champ do it live. Yeah, so I think we also watched maybe Josh Bridges and Panchik do it live too, or maybe that was just something similar with wall balls and toes to bar. But no, we definitely watched them. But the champ back in the day, Rich Froning, got 277 reps, 17 toes to bar. Kind of still held up today. Still beat BKG, who went live. Lazar beat him. And I think we'll see a lot of people beat him and be near there. But won't be a ton like crushing that score. That was a really good score back in the day. And it was kind of leaps and bounds over everyone then. So today we're going to chat about the workout, chat about how you can do well at the workout, and what you can do to maximize, your score. So this being the first workout, it is pretty rare to have kind of a high skilled movement in it. I like the workout a lot, but having muscle ups off the bat is kind of weird. Not weird, but it's just different. Usually the first workout is super simple, usually easy to complete. This has a lot of moving pieces and a lot of movements. So it might be the most movements we've ever seen in workout one ever. So that's interesting. But basically, for most people, the workout is, can you get to the muscle ups, and then can you do a muscle up? So doing one muscle up, 2, and probably 3 will be like exponential jumps in your score. And past then, it'll every rep will still be a huge jump. But if you are a male, you have to get to the muscle ups if you're looking to move on to quarterfinals. If you're a female, this could be the year. Maybe like getting one will probably secure you a spot if you are adequate at the other 2 workouts. But if you're really wanting to look to compete and pursue quarterfinals as a competitor and not just like, yeah, I made it and I did the workouts, you're definitely going to want to be able to do multiple muscle ups in this workout. Okay. So first we're going to chat about how everyone did, how the elites did, and what not to do, and maybe what to do with what they did. Things that you could take from them, or maybe things that they did irrationally for someone at most people's skill level, for someone at most of the watchers' skill level, and even people who are, in the bubble of elite or really good. Some of the stuff they did, you just really don't want to do. For starters, they all went out super hot on the row, like crazy hot. Lazar did the row in 2:09, basically averaging like 24 cows a minute. It's pretty strong, even for a good rower. He seemed to still do well with it, but if he had done it again, he might slow that up a little bit. Maybe it was just the crowd. Same BKG, a little more conservative. He went with, that's more than 24. That's like 29 cows a minute. My bad. And then BKG at 225, and then both Laura and Gabby were at 3 minutes. So if you're thinking, even as a male right now, like I'm going to crush this row in 3 minutes, that's 20 cows per hour. That's 1,200 cows. 20 cows per minute. That's 1,200 cows per hour pace. Like, for a lot of people, that might be the pace you should go at. Some maybe go slower depending on your skill, your strengths or the rest of the workout. But the toes to bar, they all did big sets, and this is probably the most notable piece, even more than going out hot on the row, is you shouldn't be doing big sets, even if you are really good at toes to bar. Unless you have like the ability to do like 50 plus toes to bar unbroken, you should probably still be doing, chipping away, getting your heart rate down, getting ready just to crush the wall balls, so that you don't have a ton of grip fatigue running into the power cleans into the muscle ups. So the toes to bar, if you are, you know, if you do quick sets of 5, that's probably on the more conservative end, but maybe opening up with one big set and then chipping away, but just keeping the rest low, just enough to chalk up every couple breaks and move through them. That's going to be probably the best move. The wall ball, this is probably the easiest part of the workout. For some people, it still can add some shoulder fatigue and, might raise your heart rate up a little bit, but you can control the cadence a little better. Even if you do drop like 10, even if you're really good at wall balls, you can drop, on every 10th rep, take one breath and go right back down to the ball. And you could probably do really well. And only be maybe like 10 seconds slower than doing it unbroken. So you can think doing 10 sets of 4 sets of 10 versus 40 unbroken. And that would be a little bit easier and have a small time, like a small time eaten up. But if you're trying to, if you're leaning more towards like, yeah, I know I'm going to get to the muscle ups, I'm going to do really well, then maybe the wall ball is probably something you should attack. The 30 cleans, 90% of people should probably just be doing singles. It's a lot of reps, so that's a lot of bending back over with the eccentric and on grip fatigue and adding to the grip fatigue going into those muscle ups. So saving just a little bit of time, but having a really fresh grip is going to allow you to, get straight to the muscle up instead of like, oh, I have to go chalk before my first set. I have to take a bunch of deep breaths because I'm so winded. The bar for the females, 95 compared to 135 is, I think, a little bit lighter for most of the females in the sport, especially the competitive ones. So you'll probably see more females, going touch and go. You'll probably see a couple guys do a few touch and go sets, just maybe out of like frustration or, maybe they just want to get a few done and they have like a really good, like, like a second win right in there after they've done maybe like 4 or 5. Or they just might be looking at someone else go. You never know. And then we get to the muscle ups. So the muscle ups, you want to definitely, this is the point where you want to minimize failure. Failing one rep is going to be like a 10 to 20 second swing, especially if you're, doing smaller sets. But you just want to open up with a comfortable set and then go by feel from there. If this is the first time you're doing a muscle up, or you've done like one, or you've done only one at a time, less than 20 times, and this is kind of a new thing for you, this is like, take your time, take a break, chalk up. The whole workout before that should have been planned accordingly, knowing, hey, I might not get a muscle up, so I'm going to jump into it. Knowing like I'm going to do everything as smooth as possible, trying to take as many calculated breaks as possible and being as efficient as possible. So I'm not fatigued looking at the rings, like just dying. And then if you're going to finish the muscle ups and get back to the row, pretty much from there, it's just go as hard as you can. So if you are one of the few listening and you think you're going to get back to the row, that is awesome. But you really want to push hard and just kind of give it all you got. It might take a few seconds for you to kind of get the rower going, but that's okay. Let's move on. What do we got next? All right, so warming up. If you're warming up for this workout, I forgot about top scores in 2014. So I said Froning, he got 17 toes to bar. And the best female was Sam Briggs, 256. She only got no female finished the row in this workout. I mean, we've definitely had women finish the workout since then. But at that time in the open official scores, no one finished that workout. And Gabby, even now, she's being a really competitive games elite athlete. She still got 39 cals. She might have been able to, she might have been able to finish it if she had done it a little differently. It seemed like she maybe came out a little hot and it suffered in the muscle ups. Honestly, Laura looking strongest in the muscle ups, 767. That was really good. She ate up a lot of time on BKG with that. But Laura getting 6 toes to bar. That's crazy. That's 19 reps a minute. And for a workout like this, reps per minute are, each rep per minute goes a lot farther than like a traditional open workout, I'd think. Like 20.4 reps per minute was Lazar's score. And Laura was only 19 reps a minute, and they had a huge, that's 20 rep difference. So that was pretty interesting. But anyway, on to the warm up. I actually have let's pull this up. This is, no, it's not there. Brand. Here we go. I'll try and lean over here so you can still see me. All right. So the start of the warm up, it's Friday. Most of you are probably going to do like Friday Night Lights or maybe Friday morning for some of you jumping into the gym. The warm up is super important, and this can really help you attack the workout better, or at least, develop a game plan pretty quickly. So the first part of the warm up, get on a bike, get on, an air runner, get on a rower. I would save the rower for later. You're going to be on that. But like right here, I got a client that a client's, day that she's going to do. She's pretty good. She's got muscle ups going. So I'm assuming she's going to get multiple muscle ups. So this is what you can adjust from here, but this is kind of what she's going to do. She's going to start with the 5-minute walk on the air runner and then do a 5-minute bike erg easy. That's supposed to say damper 3, just low damper, maybe damper 1 to 2. And the goal is to relax and breathe and just reduce your jitters. Like, you're going to go in all hyped up, but it's just a normal day. It's just another workout. You can still treat it with a lot of respect and, give your all. You can still give your all without getting too jittery and hyped up. You can reduce anxiousness just a little bit and you'll be fine. So if you do that, take deep breaths, relax, maybe get some music going, just get in a good headspace so that like, hey, I can do this, maybe a little self-talk, but I'm going to do this workout the best I can. Doesn't really matter. And kind of move on from there. So step 2, you're going to do some like joint mobility, move around. This will go really far in a workout like this. So why do I say that? You can see, let me pull this back over here. The row, toes to bar, wall balls, cleans, muscle ups. So the toes to bar, if you can be really open, have a really loose, have like a, really loose shoulders, or really loose spine, hip flexors, hamstrings, it's going to make these reps easier. If you can get into the squat super easily with little resistance, and making them really smooth, and same thing with the cleans with the front rack, you are going to be less tired by the end of the workout, and you're going to be more efficient, and you're going to be using less energy. Yes, less units of energy per rep, so that you'll have a lot more gas at the end. So warming up, making sure that your hips are super open, your upper back and your spine are moving really well, and that the shoulders are super loose and mobile, that is going to help you maximize your score. Part 2 of the warm up, or part 3, got 10-minute light effort. So this is 10 minutes, low damper row, step ups, farmer's carry, and push-ups. So again, for this client, you after I kind of tell you why we're doing this, you can kind of adjust it for yourself, or maybe for a client you're going to be working with. But the 10-minute light effort is going to help you promote a lot of blood flow, get really loose, and get those local areas of the muscles the local areas that are going to be used in the workout. They're going to get really warm. And that's going to help you, when getting the more blood flow, getting more warm, and getting those areas like prepped for the workout is going to help you do better in that workout, especially with something like this that could be leading to like muscle fatigue issues, or muscle endurance issues, and increasing fatigue as you go. So you got the step up, just going to help open up the hips, get the quad and the hamstring working. The farmer's carry is going to help with the grip and the shoulders, the push-ups for the dip, and for your upper body in general. But this is nice and easy, feeling really good. You finish that, you're going to jump to the practice portion. This is going to be different for a lot of people. Some of you, this might be just like, hey, I need to practice the movements, practice the standards, practice the flow of going from one rep to another. Someone else might be like running through a couple rounds. Maybe they like row pretty hard for, 30 seconds. They jump up, do a couple toes to bar, do a couple wall balls, maybe a clean and a muscle up, and they do that twice. Kind of feel the game speed of everything. It could be a mix of that, but just know this is practice. This is my time not to stop the warm up and, get cold, still staying active and getting on the move, maybe spending 5 to 10 minutes here, resting a couple minutes, and then jumping into the workout. You don't want to rest for a long time. Then we got the, if you are going for your first muscle up, or maybe this is your, you're not as skilled at the muscle up, this is another portion where you can just like add in some skill work on the muscle up, practice a few kips, maybe not an actual muscle up if you're nervous and you don't want to like waste a rep, but maybe some like banded transitions or some seated banded muscle up, something to help you just feel the transition and the carryover of the rep. So moving on. Yeah. So if if the bottleneck's going to be the muscle up, then you just have to look at this as, like, what can I do to, complete everything as good as I can so I can give myself a really good shot at getting the muscle up. And if hey, I'm getting a muscle up, it's just like, how can I strategically get there as fast as I can without fatiguing too much? You're going to be fatigued at that point, but it's not like you can't not do the work. So you have to do 180 reps of something else before getting there. And if like, hey, I can finish the muscle ups, and I just want to get back on that rower, and I have a really good shot of doing that, then you need to know, hey, I need to attack the workout. I want to attack it. I want to, but I want to attack it so that when I get to the muscle ups, I can attack that with confidence and know, like, okay, my plan is 4 sets. I've done this before. I've done a workout with 20 muscle ups, and I've done it in 4 sets of 5, or I've done 6-5, 6-5-5-4, or whatever it is. Doing that so like you feel good with it, and you're finishing strong on that last rep, and then you're just running to the rower. Okay, so just because you think like, hey, I know I can do this, I've done this much volume before, and I can do that amount of muscle ups, doesn't mean you should be like just jumping into this and saying, like, the rest doesn't matter, I'm just going to go get to the muscle up, because you could really screw yourself on the toes to bar and on the cleans specifically. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It'll be interesting to see. I think, again, I said, like, if you want to get to quarterfinals, you pretty much need to be banking on getting a muscle up. That might change for age group, but for the older age groups, for the teens, it's probably pretty similar as well. You might be able to get away with not getting one, but yeah, if you don't know what you're going to do, just use this as a guideline. Kind of, if you don't know what you're going to do for your warm up or your strategy, you can kind of plug and play these things. It's pretty simple. Just make sure that you're getting loose. You are, warming up really well, the joints and the upper back, the hips, the shoulders, and staying warm before starting the workout. And then make sure you cool down. This is a long workout. It's pretty tough. You want to get on a rower. Don't just sit around. It's super easy for people on the first open workout just to, like, oh, it's finally over. The anxiety is down, and, kind of chilling and then talking and watching other people go. That's what you don't want to do. And yeah, I think some top scores, I think we might see a guy get to the wall ball, finish 50 toes to bar. That'd be pretty crazy, because they'd have to really be moving. But if someone is really good at gymnastics and super powerful on the machines, I can see that happening. Mainly because if, give someone, like, to be 30 seconds ahead of Lazar on this, and then they can get back on the rower and do a lot better than he did on the row, which he still did really well. But just doing, gaining another 30 seconds, they might be able to push out, 22 more toes to bar. I think that's what he needed to finish that, and then just get one more up the wall ball. I think that's doable. I don't think girls will do much better than Laura, especially with just how she did with the muscle ups there. She did really well, keeping up with BKG pretty much the whole back half. So I don't think we'll see anyone do too much, too much better than that. But yeah, if you are watching, thank you. And if you're watching this later, you can send me a message on this, or shoot a comment, or a DM on the gram, or an email. However you can find me. If you have any questions about the workout, I'd love to help, give you some advice, or maybe some tips on how you can do better specifically if I had a better idea of where you're at. But this one will be super fun. I'm going to hit it in the morning, and I'll probably post my score in the morning on my Instagram or something. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and good luck, everybody.